Okay guys, the first thing I did was I went ahead and I put MAC's Paint Pot and Barestudy, and I put that from my lash line all the way up to my brow and then underneath my lower lash line. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put on kind of like a base eyeshadow to make everything more blendable. And the shadow I'm going to be using is Buttercream by e.l.f. Little single eyeshadow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, and this is the Sedona Lace 863. Looks like this, and I'm just going to dip my brush in like that, and then just, well, let's straighten out my mirror first, dust it from my lash line all the way up to my brow bone, and then underneath. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Glamour Doll eyeshadow, and this one is in Family Secret. It looks like this. It's a twice shadow. And I'm going to use, this is an e.l.f. Defining Eye Brush. And it's just like your regular angled eyeshadow brush. And I always put a little bit on my brush like this, and then I rub it in the cap to where it kind of like puts it more into the bristles. And you're just going to go underneath your brow bone and use a windshield wiper and just follow the shape of your brow bone. I kind of like to bring it down pretty far just because of the gold that we're using is kind of stark, and it'll kind of help you have a gradient from darkest to lightest. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Sedona Lace brush, the number 305, and I'm just going to take a wet wipe and kind of run the wipe over my bristles like this, like I'm wiping it off to kind of wet the bristles, which looks like this, which is literally like gold, powdered gold. It's the most gorgeous eyeshadow color I've ever seen in my life. You're going to get a lot on your brush like this, and then you're just going to kind of smush it on the lid to kind of pack it onto the brush, and then you're just going to pack it onto your lid. And applying this color wet too is going to help intensify, and you're just going to keep packing it onto your lid until you're satisfied. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, once you have the trophy wipe on your lid, you know, when you're pretty satisfied with how opaque the color is, you're just going to take what's left on the brush and use windshield wipers and blend up the color towards your brow bone. It's real simple. And I'm also going to take that fluffy brush that we used earlier and dip it into the lid of the trophy wipe and just buff this up here just to make it a little more gold. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Grease Lightning by Glamour Doll Eyes. It's more of a darker gold. And I'm going to take a different shader brush, and I'm going to dip into the Grease Lightning, swirl it on the cap, and then we're just going to, I'm going to put this edge of the brush here on the edge of my crease, and just use a windshield wiper motion to buff in that color. It's going to define the crease without taking away too much of the gold shimmer, just to give you a little more dramatic appearance, a little more drama, a little more depth. Then I'm going to go into Urban Trash by Glamour Doll Eyes, which is just a flat matte black. And I'm going to use that same brush that I used the Grease Lightning on. And I'm going to dip it into the edge of my brush, and instead of swirling, I'm going to tap off the excess because you just want minimum color. And I am just going to pat that into my crease area. I'm patting from where like the point of my upper and lower lash line meet, you know, I kind of go back and pat there to about midway. And that again just helps to add more definition. Then we're going to go back to our trusty blender brush and buff out the color. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take a regular eye pencil. This is a no-name brand I got at a beauty supply store. And you're just going to take it and you're going to put it right in your inner quarter area here. And it's just going to give you a base for the Family Secret. And I'm just going to use a pencil brush to apply that, which is your normal dome brush like this. This is the Sedona Lace 904. I'm going to dip that into the Family Secret, swirl it in the cap, and you're just going to pop that right on the inner corner of your eye. And then I bring it down a little bit and then up a little bit to kind of just round out that color to marry everything and to make it seamless. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that wet wipe from earlier, and you're just going to take a small smudge brush. This is the e.l.f. smudge brush. And you're going to wet the bristles again. And I am going to go into Lover's Lane by Glamour Doll Eyes, which is this really gorgeous red color. And I'm just going to dip the color on the edge of the brush like this. And you're just going to apply it from just on the middle part of your eye. You don't want to go too far down with the color because putting red underneath your eye can make you look sick. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Ahoy Sailor, which is like a pretty navy color from Glamour Doll Eyes. And I'm just going to put that on the third part of my eye out here. Using the same brush. And I'm kind of just winging it out a little bit. Like that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and line both of my top and bottom waterlines with Maybelline's Unstoppable and Onyx, and then apply a coat of Falsies mascara, and I'll be right back with the final look.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.